I feel like the last few months I spent a lot of time complaining about the modern video game industry on this channel and the things I don't like, the online focused games, the microtransactions, things like that. But the one console that I do send myself getting games for yet new is the Switch, because it doesn't have many of those common tropes that, in my opinion, ruin the current console generations. Because oftentimes, because the Switch has the portability aspect, the fact that it's not always online, many of the games just come with a solid wealth of single player content. And for that reason, there are definitely some games coming out for the Switch that I'm excited for this holiday season. Many of the games are coming out on other platforms, or they are re-releases, repackaged, more complete versions of games that came out on other platforms, because the Switch does get a lot of ports. So these may be great gifts or something that you want to pick up to play over the holidays. Now, the first one that I've been playing quite a bit, because it came out at the end of September, Hot Wheels Unleashed. A lot of people are really nostalgic, really excited about this, because there were some PS1 Hot Wheels games people really enjoyed. I didn't play those. I played some of the Micro Machine games, which I know are kind of similar, but obviously not endorsed by Hot Wheels. What I like about this isn't necessarily the fact that there's an abundance of modes, because there's not, but it has a cool track builder, a little hard to get used to at first, but it has these blind bags that you can rip open to get yourself new cars, and you're probably thinking it's a loot mechanic, so obviously it's going to have microtransactions. It actually doesn't. Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania came out at the beginning of October. If you like Super Monkey Ball, you know what you're getting when you're playing a Super Monkey Ball game. So if you're into that kind of thing, or if you've never tried one before and you think it looks cool, they're definitely worth checking out. I haven't really seriously played one since playing one way back on the GameCube. Got into it on actually a McDonald's kiosk. I really enjoyed it, and then years later when I got my Wii modded and I was playing GameCube games on there, I did take time to go back and play that original Monkey Ball game. And coming out, actually this came out the same day, the beginning of October, as Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz, is Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which I talked about a month ago on this channel, I think now, because people were super excited about the fact that it feels like a proper follow-up to Super Smash Bros. Melee. The people who were making this game were very passionate about the Smash community. They tried to deliver on the different competitive aspects of the game that they felt like were missing in Smash Ultimate. So in that way, this is a great game for not only people who like Nickelodeon, maybe are more casual players, but also the more serious players. So if you have people over this holiday season, you want to have a fun multiplayer game, this is a great one to do it. Otherwise, Mario Party Superstars, another kind of throwback to the oldies here. If you remember playing, like the Mario Party games on your GameCube, this is kind of like a best of a lot of the different best, things from past Mario Party games. Now, granted, people did complain about the amount of content that came out in the game at launch. There may be some updates, that may add additional content down the road, but you just talk about how there's 10 plus Mario Party games. You think they could have put more content into this one. It's just kind of a best of. Disappointing, but definitely better than the previous Mario Party game that came out on the Switch, which was a real dud. Shin Megami Tensei 5. This is probably one of the most hotly anticipated Switch games coming out this holiday season. And of course, it's not for everybody. Kids aren't probably going to want to play this, but for the more hardcore gamers, the Shin Megami Tensei series is a big deal. Now, I haven't actually played a Shin Megami Tensei game before. I've played Persona 3 on my PSP. I've played Persona 4 on my PlayStation TV. So I'm excited to get to try this out, though it will be my first experience with the franchise. I did not play Shin Megami Tensei 3, which did get an HD remaster of sorts, if you want to call it HD remastered, because it's on the Switch, but it did get re-released on the Switch this year, so the third game is out there as well, but the fifth game is really the new one that everybody's going to be pretty excited about. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are coming out in November as well. Now, these are big titles just because it's a Pokemon game, but the truth be told, it's a remake of a fourth generation Pokemon game that, in my opinion, doesn't look that much graphically better than the original DS game that it's based on. That's really disappointing. I've shown before, how you can actually get the original DS game up and running on the Wii U using both your TV and the gamepad. I thought that was a cool thing, and I almost thought about going through and playing the full game on there, but then I decided I've waited this long. This is the only Pokemon generation I have not played the game of, so I guess I'm going to take the time to actually play this on the Switch. Hopefully it's not, dumbed down and watered down, and it is kind of a challenging game like the 4th generation was, to my understanding, and it doesn't, cater to the more casual fans like the later generations have. That's my hope. We'll see how it turns out. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, an original Xbox classic, in my opinion, something that I purchased the disc of with the intention of playing on my Xbox One. I still haven't done it because it is backwards compatible. I'm sure that would be a better experience than playing it on the Switch, but I'm kind of interested in maybe trying it out on the Switch just because the portability aspect of it may make me be more likely to actually play this game. I know it's a good game. And then lastly, I want to rapid fire through 3 more games that should be coming out before Christmas as well that are ports of games that came out on the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4. Dying Light Platinum Edition, again, kind of just a best of version being ported to the Nintendo Switch. To my knowledge, Dying Light 2 will also be on the Nintendo Switch, so that's a cloud version, which means it's reliant on the internet to actually play it. The Switch is just not capable of actually running the game, but the first Dying Light game here in the Platinum Edition can be played without Wi-Fi, just on the go. It's a zombie game, open world. I enjoyed it when I played it back in, 2016 maybe? I played it around the time it came out on my Xbox One. Played it, enjoyed it, never really thought much of it since, but maybe I'll revisit it here. Again, on the zombie theme, World War Z. This released a few years ago on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 as well. Cool seeing it ported to the Switch, but another game where I think people kind of played it at the time and then they forgot about it. We'll see how it does being released on the Switch now. The Wreckfest, this one I'm actually excited about. Kind of the same deal, a THQ game that released a few years ago on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, finally making its way to the Nintendo Switch. Just an over-the-top racing game that features just crazy modes, insane different vehicles, and a great damage system that really does a great job of showing the damage in a way that just looks awesome on screen. So if you want to slam some cars together, this is the game to do it with. So these are my picks for my favorite games that I'm looking forward to playing this holiday season. If you have any others that you want to add, yes, I did not mention Metroid Dread. I'm just not into Metroid games. But if you have any others that you want to mention, throw them down in the comments section. I would love to hear what you're playing this holiday season or what you're looking forward to. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Bailey, and I will see you in the next video.